Hello again, YouTube. I don't remember if it was this time last or whatever. I kind of had to end abruptly, so I don't even know if this is coming in the middle of an episode at the beginning. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm gonna play more Banner Saga, and we'll get back to it. Resume. Alright, right. We are in not great of a position. Out of supplies again. Still on the way to getting stuff done. I hope I can make it through. As you're about to head off to sleep for the night, Onuf pulls you aside. I have a couple concerns I wanted to speak to you about, he says, in private. You find a quiet place to talk. Alright. What's on your mind? How well do you know the people traveling with us? How many strangers are in the caravan now? What are you worried about? Who are you worried about? I've been watching folks since I joined you. Your companions from Skogar, they're loyal. I mean, it seems pretty clear that they'd die to protect you. I suppose I'd do the same. What about the Varl? You don't even know half those warriors. You're telling me they have no problem following a man's orders now? After everything that happened in Einertoft? They joined us voluntarily. And they might voluntarily put a sword in your gut, too. What happens the first time the Varl don't want to do what you tell them? Let's be honest, they could take this caravan by force at any time if they wanted to. What do you suggest? I suggest growing some balls instead of hoping it all works out, Rook. They're not the biggest problem, though. There's a mender with us, a mender who pulls lightning out of the sky and tells us what to do and where to go. Myself, I think we lucked out when his mentor didn't show up in Seagull. Avon's just the apprentice? What in the depths is his master capable of? Think about it, Rook. What do you really know about Avon? I heard they were found practically dead in the middle of nowhere when the dredge started showing up. Then an enormous serpent shows up at Einertoft after tearing the world in half, takes one look at Avon, and bolts. Suddenly they need our help instead of the Mender Council? How does that make any damn sense? You might be distorting what happened. Or Avon might be. I'm grateful for what you've done to get us this far, Rook, but it's always been about trust. I think it's time to part ways, so to speak. Nothing personal. Suddenly you gasp for air. When you look down, Onef is holding a knife buried deep in your ribs. Son of a... God... You... piece of... God... Your vision blurs and blood fills your sight. You gasp again. There's a bird whistle and the camp becomes a blur of motion. Onef's fighters from Frostvale leap into action, cutting people down. As Oddleaf turns the fire upon the men, Onef runs her through. No! And pulls the blade from her back without even breaking his stride. She drops like a sack of flour. Onef heads straight for Alette, who freezes in unbridled terror. You rise to your feet through the pain. Adriel and Oddleaf are dead. Somehow you find the strength to cleave the nearest traitor in two, but you can't find the breath to shout. You think your lung might be punctured. Onef clutches Alette's wrist amidst the commotion, tosses her bow aside, and pulls her into the deep woods. Her eyes meet yours across the campsite. No, her lips say, though you can't hear the words. A dozen men appear between you as Ivor steps into view, as fearsome as you've ever seen him. Yeah. Ned, we need you. Oh. I thought losing people on XCOM was bad. Jesus. That's just... God. Wow. I wonder if there was any way to avoid that even. Screw it, we're spread apart, but I mean, we need to surround them, I guess. Actually, you know what? Let's start at the back. Take out these damn archers. Fuck them. Excuse my language, but I'm not exactly happy at the moment. You understand. Don't be kidding me. This is ridiculous. You are going to die. You are all going to die. Painfully. Sorry guys, that was my phone beeping at me. Not in the greatest mood. I might not be thinking straight, but God. Even do your thing. Thank you. What's your ability? Bird of prey, 100% chance to hit. Okay. Just attack him. Oddleaf. Oh, that's in danger right now. God damn it. This is... You. There we go. Oh yeah, 6 damage. That's gonna be nice. 8 now. So freaking pissed off. 5 damage? Yes. Sorry, I know I'm quiet right now, but this is... Ooh. I really hope that's enemies only. Not sorry, Ivor. Shit. It's not. Sorry, Rook. Kill her. Just... I'm shaking right now, is how angry I am. Honestly, like I said, this is entirely worse than XCOM, and that's saying something. Like, I'm beyond mad. You understand? You're dead. Almost, damn. Who needs mending? You really do. Finish him. Somebody's flailing. Freaking resisting. Whatever. You're gonna die very soon. Give you all this willpower. And Okay, now you're dead. I am so beyond pissed. It's not. Where's Alette? Shouts Ivor, tearing through the nearest bandit, but you're already hobbling into the deep woods where they disappeared, ignoring the battle raging behind you. In a haze of pain, you start to think you've lost their tracks. Then you hear Alette screaming in the distance, followed by silence. You tear through the trees. A small clearing, Alette lies with her back against the tree. Her hands and her clothes are covered in blood. She stares vacantly ahead, unblinking. Beside her is the body of Onuf, an arrow buried in his right eye as if placed there by hand. She looks in your direction and then at Onuf. I killed him, she says. Oh, thank God. I might have rage quit if she died. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm nearly in tears right now. I'm not even joking. This is, yeah. I mean, oddly, losing oddly was horrible, but I could not stand to lose Olette. It wasn't my fault, and I can't take that at all. Oh, honestly, God, sorry. I'm a big softie. Olette, are you alright? You cringe as much from the pain as the appearance of Olette after her bloody struggle with Onuf. No, I'm not hurt. I had no choice. Dad, your chest, you're bleeding. Suddenly she is at your side, putting pressure on the wound. I can fix this. Where's my needle? Oddleif, anyone. Ivor, I found them. Just as your sight goes black, you see Avon, Ivor, and Olette standing over you. He's gonna make it? Your eyes open at the sound of Olette's voice. Normally a wound like that, I only hope I did enough. I'll survive. Dad. Olette stops herself from hugging your bandaged chest, pulling your head to her instead. The words come out easier than you expected. Oddleif. It's a good thing Avon was here. She's going to pull through, though it was a nest. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. She made it too. Avon. Avon, dude, I love you. Not even joking. I love you so much. We managed to kill most of those traitorous sons of bitches and the rest fled into the woods. Huzzah! There were a lot of people I couldn't save. You did everything you could, Avon. Nobody expects you to raise the dead. Avon frowns deeply, putting a hand to his forehead. Why did Onuf do this, Rook? He was talking to you right before it happened. He thought my leadership would get us killed. Utter bastard. All this time we had no idea. Echo killed a good half-dozen of Onuf's men by himself. He told me Onuf was running Frostfellow the whole time. He left Frostfellow behind when he saw a better opportunity. Guessed the relationship was over. Echo was always just a barking dog you put in the yard to find out who your enemies are. It was no accident Onuf went after those of us from Skoger. He must have thought with us gone he'd take the banner and the rest would fall in line. Or at worst, they'd take all the supplies for themselves and leave the rest as dredge bait. We have to be more careful. We can't just let anyone join the caravan anymore. No, nothing changes. We're not like him. You're a better person than I, Rook. None of this changes the fact that Bellower is out there somewhere following us. That swamp around Seegerholm might buy us some time, but we've got to keep moving. Your body aches all over, but Ivor's right. The road calls. The caravan is already starting to pack up camp. Oh my God. That was one of the most brilliantly emotional pieces of game writing I have experienced in a long time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Um, Nordic Soft? I need to remember the name of this company. This just became one of my favorite games I've ever played. That moment right there, what just happened, the ups and downs the writing took me through, oh man. And I might just be a big softie and you know, susceptible to these things, but that, oh, whew. Alright, let's talk to Oddleif right away. I need to talk to her. How's the wound? You notice Oddleif wince as she rises to greet you. It's doing a lot better. When I saw it happen, I thought for sure Well, I'm really glad you would have missed me, Rook? She smiles. Without Avon, that's all you could have done. Instead, you'll have to put up with my crap a little longer. Still aches like you wouldn't believe, though. Oh, maybe you would. Heard you took a stabbing yourself. I guess things could have gone worse. How are you doing? I'm doing alright. Sometimes it's lonely since my husband died. I guess I'd say it's more like being alone, even surrounded by all these people. Not like I don't have enough to worry about, though. I'm glad to have a